Every time we puff on that cigarette, we're not just hurting ourselves, but we're hurting others around us when it comes to first-hand, second-hand, and third-hand smoke. He put enough human knowledge in us to know that. He put enough human knowledge in us to know that every time I shoot that needle up that somebody else may have used, I stand a risk of catching HIV. He put enough human knowledge in us to know that wall is going to be a wall. That wall ain't going to change. The effects from smoking, the effects from drugs, the effects from alcohol is not going to change. Those diseases, those effects that can happen, the loss of your teeth, the discoloration of your teeth, the heart attack, the stroke, the kidney failure, the brain killing cell, all of those things is bound to happen over long-term use of drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes when you're using it at an uncontrollable rate. An uncontrollable rate means you can't control how much you use. It now has control over you. Because remember, we said every addiction first starts as an abuse. First it's recreation. We're just doing it as a little recreation. We're testing the water. And then some of us, that's not enough for us. So we have to start doing it a little bit more. So we start to abuse it. And then from that, we then no longer have control over it, and we have to have it. We done made it up in our mind, we have to have it to live. So then it's become addiction.
And we get pleasure out of these addictions.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We get pleasure out of it. I don't care what it is. If you lie, you get pleasure out of lying. So you'll start lying more and more, telling bigger lies, spread more rumors, and gossip and blasphemy against others. If you get the addiction out of that, you get attached to that, you'll do it more and more. That becomes your life.
Because we have, within our brain, we have receptors. And those receptors release what is called dopamine. Okay, now, they can release dopamine from pleasurable things like reading a book, writing a book, taking long walks, watching your favorite program on TV. We all got that favorite show on TV we like to watch. And when we get some type of pleasure of seeing that show, it's in our brain, what's being released is called dopamine. It's a pleasure. That's our pleasure drug, I guess you could say, that is being released within us. Now, what a problem becomes there, because see, dopamine is good. The release, like we were talking about, ego. Okay. so dopamine being released in your body is good. It's necessary. You got to have some form of dopamine release. This is a scientific fact. Okay? Dopamine's got to be released out of your body, or within your body. That receptor. It's like this, bam, bam, bam. So in the midst of that dopamine hitting each side, some of that dopamine has to come on through. And that's where we get our pleasure. That's where we start to feel happy and joy. But now, sometimes we can get too much of that dopamine release. And then sometimes we can get that happy, joy feeling from drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes. Instead of our favorite TV show, instead of going to church, instead of our boo, whatever. We get that from drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes. Okay. Healing and deliverance run hand in hand. You need both to be made whole. You need healing and deliverance. In other words, an individual can be healed and not delivered. And then you wonder. Now let's just say Lottie come up and we lay hands on her and we pray over her, we pray the prayer of faith over her, and Lottie gets healed from, let's say, cigarettes. She gets healed from it. And then 6 months later, you see Lottie with a long cigarette hanging out of her mouth again. And you say, well, how is that? I know I saw her get healed from cigarettes. She tore up that whole pack of cigarettes and said she was done. So how is it she back smoking cigarettes again? Well, that's because she didn't get delivered. She got healed, but she didn't get delivered.
Hey, can I say something? A lot of folks look at getting healed and delivered from, say, cigarettes. They go from one brand to another brand.
No.
That ain't doing it. That just adding on to that other one. No, what they do, they switch brands.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what I'm here from smoke. I don't smoke, say I smoke L&M. I don't smoke L&M no more. Now I'm doing Vice Roy. I'm going to Cool. I'm doing Cool.
Right.
They just skipped cigarette completely and went to the cigar.
Right.
Smoking is smoking.
Right.
If you're smoking weed, that's smoking. If you're smoking cigarette, smoking. Smoking cigar, that's still smoking.
Right.
So smoking
And
is
the
smoking.
same effect still exists.
Still
Still there?
Even if them little vapors, you using them
The
vapors,
same
that's
thing.
still smoking.
Same thing.
Same thing.
You get the same result from that you
Right.
get from a cigarette.
It's
So
vapor,
why would you
it's
want to set up in
vapor
here?
menthol, right?
Yeah.
Vapor menthol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
want
think
to
they
set
have
up
other brands too, but
And
menthol
and
probably
then
the
you
most.
go from that
Something in there,
tobacco.
gotta have something in there.
You go from
In
that
order.
tobacco, you go to snuff, skull. Oh, you still doing the same old damn thing.
Yeah, you just trading
Yeah.
one addition
For
for another form, but it's still the same thing. Right.
Yes.
And we'll get up in the next person's face and shout out to them, oh, I done quit this, you can do this here if you want. You got willpower. No, you ain't quitting nothing. You just went from one to the other. So get your focus yourself somewhere and sit down.
Amen.
And the whole purpose of today, the whole purpose is to help us
Yes.
to reach that point, because, and you just said it, how can I come up in her face and say, hey, you can do it. You can be healed by the stripes of Jesus Christ, and she can smell cigarette all over my breath, or alcohol all over my breath. So she's like, okay, well, how is she saying I can do this, but she's still indulging in it?
Okay.
So in other words, the devil can't cast out the devil.
Okay.
That's right.
When he right smack dab in the middle of you ain't leader.
That's right.
Okay, so you can't get healed without being delivered. You need to be delivered as well as healed. Nor can you be delivered and not healed. So in other words, you done your desire to smoke or to drink or to shoot up, that desire, you ain't got that desire no more, but you haven't healed that thought out of your mind. So then you're going to start, because remember we said sin always starts with a thought. You think on it and think on it. Then you start to self-justify why it's okay. So